Read this sentence. Thrips infestation are inevitable. You would have the infestation for sure, 100%. Thrips are married with some crops. They are married. You grow those crops, unless you are growing in Antarctica, you would have thrips. As long as you are in St. Catherine or this area, you're growing those those plants, thrips will come. Maybe you can skip one season, but other season they will come. But outbreaks are your choice. Why your choice? And please forgive me, I'm very straightforward person. If you mind anything from me, I seek advance apology. So this is me. I'm a business person. I see things from the business point of view. Let me tell you, my friends, I scaled Crop Defenders. When I started Crop Defenders, I came to Canada with, we had some unliquidable like jewelry or whatever, but I had only 3,200 Canadian dollars in our pocket, with the family of myself, my wife, and 3 children, 3,200. I came, after burning all the bridges, I came to Canada 21st of October 2007. And Crop Defenders was founded 31st of December 2007. You see the days? And I started this company. Now this company has 74 people. And I started this company with 150 Canadian dollars. That was my investment. 150 Canadian dollars. And I did not have that money. I borrowed that money from family friend, and I printed brochures. That was the beginning of Crop Defenders. You can do anything you want in your life as long as you have 3 things. This is business lesson. We go back to thrips. I teach my kids or my friends, the people that I love or the people who love me, I teach them you can get anything in your life as long as you have 3 things. If you have 3 things, other things are just optional. You get it, it's good. You don't get it, you don't need it. And let me tell you one thing. Money is not part of that 3 things. Money is not part of those 3 things that I'm telling you. Who wants to listen to those 3 things? Raise your hand. All right, go back to the thrips. So thrips infestation are inevitable, but outbreaks are a choice. By the way, it is not fair that thrips take away your hard-earned money. You grew your plants and you invested everything, and now it is about to sell those plants and they are not marketable. So let's start building a strategy overall, and all those thrips are different, so there is not one solution. That's why I made ourselves do divergent thinking. There's not one right solution. So my message is, do not let thrips eat your lunch. Do not let thrips eat your lunch. And standardization can work for KFC. Standardization can work for McDonald's. But standardization is very hard to work for a greenhouse. Very hard. So one size does not fit all. One strategy may be working in one greenhouse. Other greenhouse, there could be other things that we don't notice that make that same strategy fail. So I gave you 3 symptoms. When I gave you 3 symptoms, right? Basically, there are 4 symptoms, and I just omitted 1 symptom. And let me tell you 4th before I go to these 8 underlying causes. The 4th symptom is who can tell me those 3 symptoms? Yes, symptom number 1, this table. What is those 3 symptoms I talked about?
Time to the first outbreak.
Times to the first infestation, not outbreak. So symptom number 1. Symptom number 2, this table.
Number of spots and their size.
Number of hot spots and their size. Symptom number 3, this table. Symptom number 3. I talked about BIOS performance.
Oh,
Yeah. So BIOS performance, number of eggs they lay, and you need to create. There is a 4th symptom, and that could be with hot spot, you can merge it. We treat it separately. Is once you have thrips in this facility, how long does it take to go to that facility? It depends on your biocontainment plan. That's the 4th symptom. So intensity and frequency of following 8 underlying causes of all pest outbreaks vary from farm to farm. That is called for tailored solution for you to win the battle against thrips. So what am I giving to you? I'm giving to you 2 areas, 2 areas for each symptom to look into. When you have a symptom of number and size of the hotspot, these are 2 areas that you need to look into as a beginning. If your BIOS are not working, they are not. When we say BIOS are not working, what do I mean?
they're not controlling the pest.
They are not laying eggs. Why? Because the controlling pest is good, but if they are laying eggs, it means they are adapting to your environment. They will, if you are using right bio, they will control your pest. But when we say control your pest, you become overwhelmed. First step is, there are 2 types of KPIs. You know that? One is doable and one is deliverable. So for example, losing weight. Rose trimmed off quite a bit. So losing weight is a deliverable or doable? It's a deliverable, right? What is doable for losing weight? Diet, exercise, and stress management. This is in your hand. Losing weight is not in your hand. It is a result of doable. So if you can only control diet, you can only control your stress management and your exercise. So you focus on egg laying, and other thing would be the result of this KPI. You got it? All right. So if your BIOS are not laying eggs, you just go and dig those 2 things that I'm going to tell you. And then what am I missing? Hotspot I covered. Yeah, number of days before first infestation. If you have very little number of days before first infestation, I'm giving you 2 areas to look into, just 2 for each symptom. If your bugs, your thrips are going from this facility to other facility, you just need to look into 2. So I'm giving you 2 areas for brainstorming with your company, with your people, or divergent thinking. In these 2 areas, 80% of the problem, these 8 underlying causes can solve your problem. 80%. 2 areas for each symptom. And here are, you can take the photo of this slide, or if Andre has arrangement, they can share the things. So the first symptom, pest return to your new crops. You need to create goals in your strategic clean out. Number 2, preventative measures. Let me tell you one thing. Rose, I have so many times this problem with my clients. We don't have time to clean out. Or my propagation is ready, or my customer is ready, right? So when they say they don't have time, they are missing only one thing. If we show them that one thing, their mind change. I have converted so many people from 0 clean out to 3 days clean out or more. Because what that thing is? Cost of problem. If you do not know cost of problem, you don't have problem. Again, let me say it again. If you do not know financial cost of problem, you do not have a problem. So, not doing clean out and the financial consequences of that, and versus doing clean out and compare the financial consequences, and then see, hey, I'm saving $10,000 here, and I'm losing $70,000 there. So if we have data like Marco mentioned in our divergent thinking, collect data, analyze data. So what I'm inviting you, collect and analyze financial data as well, not only just growing data. How much we are losing if we do this, and how much we are losing if we do that. So strategic clean out and preventative measures. In biocontrol, what is the beginning point of preventative measures? What is the beginning point, starting point of before pest shows up? Sanitation. What is the beginning of the preventative measures?
Clean product.
Exactly. Clean product to begin with. So you are talking about seedlings. When you are bringing the seedlings from overseas or whatever you are doing, or you are doing tissue culture or whatever you are doing, or propagation or whoever you are buying from, that is the beginning of the preventative measures. All right, symptom number 2. Bios applied, they are not working. Number 1, so 2 symptoms. Number 1 is functional bios. It is very simple. We can teach you, and when you work with us or whatever, we can teach you how to check egg laying of the bios. We create disk, we put the mated female, and just how we check. It's very, very simple. It can be done. So when they are not laying eggs, you receive the bios from supplier and they're not laying eggs. What do you need to do? You said, hey, I did not introduce my bios to my crop. So there is no chemical impact on the bios. You can tell me, hey, you used your bios in my crop and I had chemical, whatever you can call traces or residues, and they did not lay eggs. You're right. But I'm not exposing to my crop. I'm just checking the egg laying. So then it becomes supplier's responsibility to trace back what happened, trace back. And we recently, since we started doing this, we recently hired a team of 4 process engineers in Crop Defenders who created traceability right from the production all the way to your greenhouse. So we are going to launch in end of April. We want to know if there is any shock happened, any CO2 buildup happened, any temperature shock happened, any humidity shock happened that made our bios lay fewer eggs. So the first is functional bio. So you need to check the functionality before you introduce to the crop. The second one is biospecific storage. If I ask you, I'm not going to ask you, how many biocoolers you have. If any one of you storing bios or have to store bios overnight, and if you are not putting them at right humidity and right temperature, you are compromising the quality. Any temperature that can help Persimilus can kill your Swisky. You got it? So symptom number 3, hot spot, number of hot spots and size of the hot spot. So strategic IPM scouting, it should be strategic. And the training for labor. How many times we say the labor, I witnessed it, tell me you have done it. It is, my hypothesis is at least 5% of time. Any 20 times your labor is applying bios, you have one chance that labor is putting bugs on, say, Persimilus on some spots and only spreading vermiculite on other spots. Persimilus on one spot and only. I interviewed so many Mexican labor, Thailand labor. I asked a bottle of Persimilus, what is inside? And many times I received this answer, pesticides. They are applying Persimilus and they're saying pesticide. So look into your labor training and look into your scouting. What is the scouting? For example, if you're doing scouting and you're only going to the infested spots, is it scouting? What is your sampling size? How you make sure that you have consistent data collection? So it is a strategic scouting. Next one, last symptom, pest spread from clean areas to other Number one is your biocontainment plan. If you have preventatively made a biocontainment plan, if I have the thrips, and this is how I will contain them, or spider mite, or broad mite, or the white flies, silver leaf whitefly, or whatever. And the last and not least is coordination, alignment between IPM and growing team. Sometimes, though they sit together, but they don't know what this guy is doing or what I'm doing. One is IPM team, other is growing team. All right, that's about it. Any questions?
You mentioned about the proper storage for the temperature and humidity. What are these temperatures? And what is the storage? Is it a fridge? Is it an office?
Okay, so first of all, whoever wants the proper storage of the bios, temperature and humidity, two things, temperature and humidity. You can send an email to Andre, and Andre will send you basically the sheet. This is one thing. And the second thing is, please do not make things so fancy that you are not able to achieve it. How can you maintain humidity in your fridge? How can? Tell me less than maybe $5. In less than $5, if I give you a challenge, you need to maintain humidity of your fridge. How would you do that? And you are allowed to spend only less than $5.
First, you have to measure what is the humidity.
Yeah, measure it. But if you have to increase it, what you can do?
To increase or decrease?
Increase.
To increase, or just leave open water container.
Leave open water.
Like a sponge.
Sponge, yeah. And very simple, I mentioned to one of the person, hey, get a baby wipe box, empty box, filled with the water, have a towel half out and half inside. And it is a small wine cooler, and they reach to the certain level. All you need to do is whenever your bios are coming. What I'm saying, it is not difficult. Things are easy. Only thing is that you need to measure it, so you can receive those temperatures and humidities from Andre. Any questions? Any other questions? These 4 symptoms and this thing? Good? We're good? All right. All right. Look, let me tell you why we do it. So today, we are here to partner with you in this journey. What is our purpose? What is Crop Defenders? How we feel? What is our purpose of existence? To help growers eliminate their dependence on synthetic pesticide by making biocontrol the most effective and profitable option, so growers can focus on scaling their business. So this is our purpose or mission that we have, and how we do it by acting as a partner with growers to help them achieve their goals and their desires. So these are the insects that we are producing it in-house for some time. Swiss-key cucumaris, aureus, atheta, colemani, and arvi. And by the way, colemani and arvi we are producing on its net on the aphids on plants, because if people or anyone produce either colemani or arvi on the aphids that are fed artificial diet, they lose their tendency to go to the aphids that are feeding on your crop. Yes.
Why?
Adopt, yeah.
So what is it? Is
yeah.
it their appetite?
It is
something
yeah, perfect. There are 2 things basically. Number 1 is chemical communication. Number 2 is the appetite or the taste or whatever you can call it. For example, if you see one aphidius species goes for a specific aphid, does not go for all the aphids, right? There's some reason to it. So that particular reason. So we have 74 people in Crop Defenders now, and we have two production facilities, and yeah. Okay, let's apply these things today in our. Okay, go back. All right, guys. So I will come back in the end to close this session. Now I give things to Chad and Megan. If you have any questions, I would be around.